Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! This is Santa Claus from the library. Mr. K is gone this week, so I'll be reading you some Christmas stories instead. This week's story is called Wake Up Bear, It's Christmas by Stephen Gammell. As the last few leaves of autumn fell, Bear was padding down his walking trail. He was going home for his winter sleep, but he wasn't going to be sleeping all winter. "That's right," he said as he reached his door. "I've missed it now for 7 years, and it seems I've heard it said that it's a happy, joyful time, and I'm always in bed. This year things are different. I decided what to do. I'm getting up for Christmas instead of sleeping through." After setting the clock and fixing his bed, Bear blew out the candle. Feeling happy but tired, he snuggled under his blanket. "Well," he yawned, "when I wake up I wonder what I'll see. Anyway, I hope it's fun when Christmas comes." And then he fell asleep. The weeks went by. The forest was still and silent, and the only sound was the wind as it blew softly during the day and harder at night. The snow started to fall in late one afternoon. It fell gently at first and then became heavier. Soon snow covered nearly everything in the forest. It almost came up to Bear's window. Bear still slept. The clock woke him late one wintry afternoon. Sitting up slowly, Bear rubbed his eyes. He remembered it was Christmas Eve. His nose was cold as he smelled the fresh snow. Putting on his scarf and mittens, he went out into the woods, where he found a nice little pine tree. Back home in the candlelight, he decorated his tree. He got an old stocking from his closet and hung it up by the window. Then, humming a little tune, Bear fixed his blanket and sat back with his guitar to enjoy the evening. There, everything looks cozy now and festive, I believe. I'm so glad I'm wide awake tonight on Christmas Eve. He had not been sitting long when he heard a tapping sound at the door. Just a branch in the winter wind, he thought. But when he heard it again, it was a knock. Before Bear could move, the door opened. "Hello, Bear. I saw your light. I'll warm myself, if that's all right." "It's me, Santa Claus." Delighted by this unexpected visitor, Bear got up and invited him. "Well, hello, stranger. Come on in. Don't stand out there and freeze. It's warm inside and you can rest. Here, take my blanket, please. I'm only playing my guitar and looking at my tree, but if you're nowhere else to go, do spend some time with me." So they sat, Bear and his visitor, talking about the snow and the wind, singing a few tunes and enjoying Christmas Eve. Finally, the little fellow, who was now quite warm, stood and said he really must be going. "Thank you, Bear, for all you've done. This really has been lots of fun." Bear stood in the doorway and watched him go all through the forest. Thinking what a nice time it had been, all of a sudden his friend shouted back to him, "Come for a ride, Bear. Come with me. I'd really like your company." "A ride? On Christmas Eve?" Bear grabbed his scarf and mittens and ran through the deep snow to where a big sleigh sat waiting. The little driver turned as Bear reached the sleigh. "Just climb up here and hang on tight. You'll be back home before it's light." Wrapping the big quilt around him, Bear sat down in the seat. Before he could say, "Let's be off," they were off and up. Up through the air and away to the snowy night. "Oh, what a Christmas," hollered Bear. "I've never had such fun. I'd like to think it could be like this for everyone. But most of all, just meeting you has really brought me cheer. Why don't we plan, little friend, to do this every year?" So off they flew in the night and through the swirling snow, with Bear's companion laughing loud, a jolly ho, ho, ho. The end. Merry Christmas, boys and girls. Have a Happy New Year, Falcons.